Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander. And today we have another episode in our Spoiler Spotlight series in which I talk about, well, spoilers and tell you what my thoughts are on them. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Anim Pakal, Thousandth Moon. For 1 colorless, 1 red and 1 white, she's a legendary creature, human soldier 1/2 with whenever you attack with 1 or more non-gnome creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on Anim Pakal, then create X 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens that are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Anim Pakal. So this card is very good, and I was actually very surprised to see it printed because it's almost entirely better than Krenko Tin's Street Kingpin, which is already a really powerful card. So this has quite a few advantages over Krenko and just 2 small disadvantages. The first one obviously is that it's in red-white, which means you can't put it in mono red decks. And the second disadvantage is that Krenko's trigger is going to put creature tokens into play equal to Krenko's power rather than equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on it. So you might think that you'd be getting 1 less token initially with Anim Pakal, but then you'll realize that you actually get the token whenever a non-gnome creature attacks, and that means that she effectively kinda has haste. You're going to immediately get a token if you have something else in play to attack after you play her, and then when she gets to attack for the first time herself, you're going to get 2 tokens. So actually she's not any slower than Krenko and is in many ways a little bit faster as long as you have any sort of board out. After that though, everything else is just pure upside because the creatures are tapped and attacking, and that is a huge difference with Krenko. If you have any sort of anthem effect, then this becomes really dangerous really quickly because all of those creatures are going to immediately get buffed, and the cool thing is you don't even need to put her in danger in order to do so. You just keep attacking with other creatures. Obviously you can't use the same gnomes that you just got, but any other creature you have lying around is going to be enough to trigger her and keep the beats coming. Whereas with Krenko you do have to put him in danger by swinging into the red zone with him. The other upside to this card is a little bit more incidental, but I think it's still kind of relevant, and that's that the creatures are artifacts. In a lot of situations that can be a huge plus, and it's rarely going to be a downside when we're talking about 1/1 creature tokens. So the creatures being artifacts can trigger all sort of artifact synergy cards, and there's quite a lot of those in Commander these days. Something like Reckless Fireweaver can be really good with this, and I think is an obvious include if you're building her as a commander. But for example, if you play her in a deck with black, such as something like Megatron, you get to play Marionette Master as well, which is obviously fantastic with her because those tokens are very likely to be dying, and then they're going to make your opponent lose 4 life each time, which is obviously really powerful. So yeah, it's pretty surprising to see Krenko power crept this much because Krenko is already a very played card in Commander. Again, this is 2 colors, so it can't go in anywhere near as many decks as Krenko can, but it's still a very powerful effect for any aggro deck in these colors, and she's really interesting and strong as a commander as well. Particularly if you find any way to put extra counters on her, she can get out of control really quickly, and she doesn't even need to attack to do so. You can just allow any of your other creatures to get involved and pump out a massive army of gnomes turn after turn after turn. So I think this card is absolutely going to see a ton of play and is one of the strongest rares we've seen in this set. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel, and until next time, take care.